Get it back, Iguodala puts it up. Oh, LeBron! Curry, way downtown.
Russell Westbrook has, without a doubt, been one of the best and most criticized players in the NBA today. Having Kevin Durant leave him high and dry in the offseason of 2016 caused him to literally put OKC on his back and average a triple-double to get the Thunder to the playoffs and win MVP. He went on to average a triple-double in 3 straight seasons and isn't that far off this season as he's averaging 27 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. With how great Russell Westbrook is, he has also been often hated on and criticized because of his play style, the poor IQ decisions he can make, and the ill-advised shots he's prone to taking at times. The young OKC team with 3 MVPs that consisted of Russ, Kevin Durant, and James Harden will always disappoint me because we all knew their potential and how much success they could have had if they all stayed together, even though Harden would probably not be the player he is today if he wasn't traded to the Houston Rockets in 2012. Reuniting with James Harden has been very beneficial for Russell Westbrook. Playing alongside capable three-point shooters has allowed Westbrook to shoot 47% from the field, which is the highest shooting percentage of his career. But how exactly did he get to this point in his career? Let's go all the way back to his high school days, where he entered high school at the height of 5'8". He did not get a college letter until the summer before his senior year, and by then, he had grown to just over 6'3". A senior year where he averaged 25 points, 9 rebounds, 3 steals, and 2 assists helped him get a scholarship to UCLA, where he would play just 2 years. He was only a 3-star. During his time at UCLA, Russ was originally a backup to Darren Collison, but when Collison went down in Westbrook's sophomore season, he was named the starter. He averaged 13 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals, and was the Pac-10 Defensive Player of the Year, and was also an All-Pac-10 third-team selection. UCLA reached the Final Four in both of Russ's seasons and wound up losing to Memphis, who went on to go to the national championship in 2008. This helped Russell Westbrook be selected 4th overall by the then Seattle Supersonics in the 2008 NBA Draft, a team who hadn't made the playoffs since 2005, who also took Kevin Durant a year before in 2007 to start a rebuild. Evidently enough, Russell Westbrook was not actually the first point guard taken off the board in 2008, so who was? Derrick Rose was the number 1 overall pick and the first point guard taken in the 2008 NBA Draft out of Memphis. A 3-time All-American in high school and named Mr. Basketball of the state of Illinois, Derrick Rose was destined for greatness. In high school, Rose was a 3-year varsity player and played JV his freshman year only because the varsity head coach at the time had a tradition that no freshman can play varsity. He went on to Memphis, where he would play just 1 season, where he would average 15 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds, and was recognized as a 3rd-team All-American. Rose was also a finalist for the Bob Cousy and John R. Wooden Awards. In his rookie season with the Bulls, he averaged 17 points, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds while shooting nearly 48% from the field. This allowed him to win Rookie of the Year and even helped the Bulls secure a playoff spot versus the Celtics. His impact was immediately felt in his first ever playoff game, scoring 36 points, 11 assists, and 4 rebounds that helped the Bulls take Game 1 on the road. The 36 points tied Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for most points scored by a rookie in their playoff debut since 1970. Although the Boston Celtics went on to win this playoff series in 7 games, Rose averaged 20 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds a game, and showed his hometown city the potential he had and how great he could really be. He got his first All-Star selection in just his 2nd season. The Bulls had a 41-41 record, which put them in 8th place where they would face the Cavs. They lost the series in 5 games, but Rose showed up by averaging 27 points and 7 assists. By year 3, Derrick Rose had gradually gotten better and had put the entire league on notice by becoming the youngest player in NBA history to win MVP at age 22. Averaging 25 points per game and 7 assists, led the Chicago Bulls to a 62-20 record and a first seed in the Eastern Conference. the Bulls made it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals, but was taken out by the Miami Heat in 5 games. So being an all-star and now an MVP allowed people to believe that Derrick Rose was going to be a superstar point guard for years to come, right? The next chapter of his career is so disappointing to talk about. In the 2011 season, Rose was yet again named an all-star despite playing 39 games across the entire season. In Game 1 of the first round of the playoffs, Rose injured his left knee and it was later revealed as an ACL tear. This injury caused him to miss the entire following season. He would return to start the 2013 season, but a torn meniscus then sidelined him for the entire season yet again. He would have 2 more major injuries before being traded to the New York Knicks in 2016. He averaged 18 points, the most since his last All-Star selection, in his lone season with the Knicks. As far as injuries, he still could not catch a break, as towards the end of the season, he required knee surgery for the 4th time in his career. This is so disappointing. In July of 2017, he signed with the Cavaliers and his time there did not go as planned. He even left the team at one point in time to evaluate his life and if he wants to continue to play basketball. That was in November, and he didn't actually play again until January. A month later, he was a part of the trade that pretty much gave LeBron a new team to work with. So Rose was sent to the Utah Jazz and they waived him. He ended up signing with the Minnesota Timberwolves, where he would rejoin Tom Thibodeau, Jimmy Butler, and Taj Gibson. He would later resign for another season, as a 50-point game in his first start of the season showed us all that he can still get it done. He averaged 18 points again on 48% from the field as a 6th man and 37% from the 3, the best mark of his career. Currently, Rose is with the Detroit Pistons, where he's putting up solid numbers as a bench player. I really want D Rose to go to a contender or playoff team soon. Kinda like how Michael Beasley did as he went 2nd overall to the Miami Heat out of Kansas State. Beasley dominated in his 1 year at Kansas State, averaging 26 points and 12 rebounds. He was 3rd in the country in points and 1st in rebounds, leading the nation in double-doubles, 40-point games, 30-point 10-rebound games, and 20 and 10 games, solidified him as an NBA-ready prospect. He was also named Freshman of the Year. As a rookie, he averaged 14 points and 5 rebounds while starting just 19 games. It's also important to note that Beasley was fined a good amount throughout the season. The following year, he started the entire year and had a more important role. When the Heat got to the playoffs, unlike Derrick Rose, Beasley's performance declined as they were taken out easily in 5 games. A month after the season ended, he was traded to the Timberwolves in exchange for picks. Ultimately, the move was made to clear up space for signing LeBron James and Chris Bosh, as well as re-signing Dwayne Wade. In Minnesota, his points per game rose to 19, and he was even top 20 in the league in scoring. Injuries sidelined him for most of the following year, and after that, he signed a 3-year deal with the Phoenix Suns. He wound up only playing there for a season after being arrested. From there, he would go back to Miami and be a role player for 2 seasons. Beasley continued to bounce from team to team, making appearances with the Rockets, Bucks, Knicks, and Lakers last season. Currently, Beasley is out of the NBA and signed to an overseas team in China. Another player that also went overseas to play basketball is 3rd overall pick Mayo out of USC to the Timberwolves, but was later traded to the Grizzlies in exchange for Kevin Love and others. A player that was also known as Mr. Basketball in his state, for Mayo it was Ohio, twice in a row too. Mayo was also another All Pac-10 player who played against Russell Westbrook in college. His rookie year was a strong start to his career, as he was a runner-up to the Rookie of the Year award behind Derrick Rose, averaging 19 points, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds. After his rookie season, Mayo never went above 18 points a game for the rest of his NBA career. In his 3rd season, Mayo ended up actually fighting his teammate Tony Allen. A few months later, he was suspended for tested positive for steroid use. As a free agent, Mayo signed with the Dallas Mavericks in 2012. He averaged 15 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. His point total would have probably been higher if it weren't for Dirk Nowitzki returning after the All-Star break. He would then sign a 3-year deal with the Milwaukee Bucks after playing in Dallas for just a season. His time there was somewhat decent as a role player. An injury in early 2016 cut his last year short, and just after that season, OJ Mayo was banned from the NBA for a drug violation. He was eligible for reinstatement last season, but since then, Mayo has played basketball for teams in Puerto Rico and China. I wouldn't completely rule out a return to the NBA, but we'll just have to wait and see. So of the 3 players, one player found superstar success but was derailed by injuries, and the other 2 were just decent players at best who went on to play overseas. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked the video, like the video and comment what you thought. And if you like me, subscribe.